Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great. And we are here with you. We are here to help you in your lives, to help you find greater peace and greater healing, to help you receive love from divine realms, to help you to understand what a beautiful life you have and how great your life is and how you can work with light. We are here gathered together with you, with many divine beings of light. You are here with star brothers also and star sisters who nurture you, who care for you, who desire to work with you to help you understand how beautiful life is and what a treasure each day is. For the person who understands this, and for the person who desires to hear the wisdom from the heavens, they say, I rejoice in the light. In these spaces I feel the love within me, and I feel my heart opening to the light, and the passion for my life is growing, and thus this person is fully awake. And this person will learn to trust in the light, and they will learn to understand what true guidance is, and they no longer walk a life with blindness, but now they want to see the light shine in front of them and say, guides, angels, masters, the divine, teach me how to live in the light. Teach me how to have passion in my life. Teach me how to love my land. Teach me how to love my people. Teach me how to bring up my children in the light, so that they also feel the love from angels, so that they also feel the light streaming before them, so that they walk their footsteps upon this earth with full confidence, knowing that they will be safe. For we say to you, does this not sound like the greatest gift for your children? To live a life in the light, trusting angels, being able to communicate with them, hearing their words, feeling it within the hearts, and then teaching your children to do this also. For without light, what have you got? There is nothing greater than living in the light. For when you have light, friends, you feel guidance. When you have light, you feel the love. When you have light, you let go of your anger. When you have light, you know you have a future. And you do not fall in the fear of others. But when you only feel the darkness, there is no light. And those ones search for hope, but there is no hope. For they will only feel the fear and the pain. They will listen to the stories of the others. And the others say, there is no hope. Look at what mankind has done. And yet we say, do not listen to them. For there is divine intervention. There is a time when you will feel the light within your hearts and you will claim it in together and you will bring about love upon this plane because you're ready to claim it. So we say, instead of fearing the world, instead of feeling the pain, learn to work with light. Teach it to your children, because your children are bombarded with fear upon your plane. Your children are bombarded with thoughts of pain. Teach them love. Teach them ways of compassion. Teach them there is a great future, and the future is all about claiming the light. So here in these divine places, you are learning about love and learning about living in the light. This is why we welcome you here to these beautiful spaces. But before I bring in my main teaching, I would like to bring in Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess. So I will draw away now, and I will allow her to be brought in. And then I shall return once again to speak to you about a divine teaching. Greetings, I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great. Akomoha Halima. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. We always get so excited to come in, for we have so much love to share with you, and we have so many gifts to share with each one upon your plane who desires to work with light. For where we are on our Pleiadian rounds, we always work with light within our hearts. And we are very excited to help you also become more light. For the greater the light you carry within your hearts, the more light you become and can carry in your life. Now, I have to be very careful with this voice tonight because she has to channel a lot of information. So what I would like to do is just to do some toning for her voice, but also to bring in a prayer for you. So I will do some special toning to help her voice become a little stronger tonight. So we will work with two purposes, and one purpose is to make the voice stronger, And the other purpose is to help you to open your heart. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings. Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. I have returned. I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great. And how wonderful it is that you come here to these places. And we, as divine beings of love, appreciate your presence. For whenever you are in our presence, we can bless you and we strengthen you with gifts that are unique to you. And we do this because we have an enormous love for you. We understand that you desire to know so much about spiritual qualities, about how you can work with light, and about the greater universe. And because of your desires, because of your yearning, because of your asking, we listen to you, dear ones. We take you into our arms and we feed you. We feed you like you do your children. We feed you spiritual food and spiritual nourishment. We take care of you. So when you come to these sacred places, your evolution speeds up and everything becomes clearer. Your higher gifts awaken. You can feel more secure in your lives because we are opening up your higher gifts and higher guidance. And these are the greatest gifts that any person can have upon your plane. For you may have all the money in the bank. You may have all the shares on the stock market at the moment. You may have a most beautiful house. But what is a beautiful house? All the shares, all the money in the bank. When you do not have peace and you do not even know what's coming. For all that material security is not there forever. And yet the spiritual guidance, the spiritual treasures are treasures that are here forever. They are with you eternally. And in there is no rust and nothing can consume it. This is everlasting treasure, worth much more than all the finest jewels and all the finest clothes and everything that a person may own. This eternal wisdom is what fulfills you, and the poorest person upon your plane is happier than the most richest person upon this plane if that poorest person has all the finest treasures in their heart, and that richest person has nothing else but material wealth. For who is the wisest? The one who carries the heart, or the one that carries all the treasures? Because they cannot keep those treasures. But the one who listens to the wisdom, they will keep the treasures eternally. And in the next lifetime, you come back, you remember those treasures, and you build upon them. So when you're building upon the spiritual treasures, they become greater and greater. So we ask you, how great are your spiritual chambers? And what value is it to you? If you could go into your spiritual treasure chest, what would you find? Would you find great wisdom? And what would great wisdom look like to you? If you could translate it into the greatest gold, say, what would it be like? What would it feel like? For these spiritual treasures are far greater than anything that is found upon your plane. We ask you to examine your own spiritual treasures. How filled are they? How secure does it feel? Does it give you the answers? Does it give you the direction? Does it give you the guidance? For the person who understands the importance of their spiritual treasures is the one that holds all the wisdom. We guide the wise ones. Why can we guide the wise ones? Because the wise ones listen with their ears. They ask for guidance, and we guide you to greater places of peace and love. We guide you through your heart. And it is the wise one that carries these fine treasures in the heart, that feels the love and the guidance within the heart. And thus this person becomes more directed, more secure, more in touch with their inner self. This is a great gift for you, is it not? We ask you this. How much would you sacrifice to find your greatest self, your inner self? How much would you sacrifice to find your truth within you, to feel secure, to feel loved, to feel guided? We say to you, many people upon your plane would spend many tens of thousands of dollars researching books, going to seminars in other countries, spending so much time, so much money to find those treasures. And yet the greatest treasures that you can find, the greatest spiritual treasures, is right here with divine beings. We ask you, do you not see this? Are we not wiser than the people upon your plane and have so many theories and so many wisdom to share with you? For there are the humanly things, and then there are the deep spiritual things. Again, the deep spiritual things from the highest of masters and the highest of heavens is where you will find your eternal treasures. For you might find a lot of self-help courses on gaining greater self-esteem, of seeing the future and focusing upon it, but it's not until the person finds themselves, finds their deepest spiritual self, that that person will be able to use their manifestation skills with focus, with love, with guidance. And this person will not be able to have a strong self-esteem until that person reaches within themselves and finds themselves, not only finds themselves, but then connects to the greatest energy force there is in the universe, and that is divinity and divine beings. Why? Because divine beings know everything about you. We have all the answers for everything that you need upon your plane. We have all the answers for your technology, how to solve issues such as global warming, how to keep the population happy, how to have a balanced earth, how to get rid of all your disease and poverty and war. We have the answers to all your poor countries, overpopulation, your deforestation, your animals dying. We have all the answers. But are you willing to open your hearts to divine masters and to divine power? Or will you keep searching for truth within others, within wisdom that is human wisdom, or in books? Because you need far more than this. Far more than this. And during this time of this glorious awakening time, you are going through many shifts in your evolution. So your search is becoming greater, for you are hungering for deeper information. Whereas only a few years ago you were happy with reading a book about self-esteem, now for many it's much deeper than that. Teach me how to connect to my divinity. That's what I want to know. Teach me how to protect myself against all fear, against the anger. That's the information that you desire. Teach me to connect to my spirit guides so that I may be guided. That's the information that you desire so much. So your whole shift of searching is going upwards. But where do you find it? Where do you find all the deeper truths? Where do you find it? How do you connect to your deeper source? How do you connect to your peace and your love? It's only through connecting to your spirit guides and angels, to your divinity, to divine masters. It is only when you can connect to that. So your whole search has gone up levels. And many, many people around your globe are asking the same things. Only a few years ago, you were discovering the positive thoughts. It must work, they said. Focus upon everything in the positive light, and everything will come to be. And then many, many people gave up on the positive thought because they found that it is not only with the positive thought that you create riches and glory. So how do you do it? So the search continued. The search is continuing. And during this glorious awakening time, we are giving you more and more information on how to connect to the deeper self, and that is within you. These teachings are not new. They are ancient teachings. The people of the very olden times, they knew these secrets, and they always flowed with Spirit. Whatever they did in life, it was always to find flow and balance in their lives. Flow and balance is how they sang. Every day they rejoiced in the light. They got up, they praised the light. And they moved with the light. They ate with the light. They rejoiced with the light. They found the light. They were happy in the light. Fear, anger, these were not part of their game. These lower frequencies work against the spiritual frequencies. Your whole world is designed to work against light. Everything is designed to keep you down. Spiritual frequencies always flow. Everything is designed with flow. Spirit flows. It's always flowing. Happiness. When you feel happy, you flow. You love life. Your life flows greater because you feel it within you. Everything is based on flow. So when you are searching for your deeper self, make this one of your goals. Always flow with life. Keep forgiving because anger keeps you against the flow. Anger creates so much friction within yourself and it creates an energy imbalance. You see, you are a magnificent force. You are created with energy. And in essence, you are energy and flow. Everything, even in your physical self, is about energy and flow. When the organs are aligned, when you are aligned with flow, everything works perfect. Your bodies are so perfect. They understand each other. They relate to each other. Your heart communicates with every organ in your body. It regulates the flow, the voltage, the way it runs, when it runs. It runs so great. Everything is running constantly within balance and flow when the energy of you is flowing with love. That's how you were supposed to live. But everything in your world is running with friction. Everything. The way you see your life. The fears, the low self-esteem, not understanding who you are. Loss of self-identity, the greatest way to build friction within yourself. When you lose yourself, you have lost the flow. When you flow with love and spirit, you find the balance of yourself and of life. You become happier. Everything in your life becomes happier. You feel that. You are built that way. When you exercise, do it with flow. We as masters often say, even to this channel, we tell her so many things. Often she listens and sometimes she doesn't. We say to her, exercise with flow, subtle movements, slow. Allow the energies to flow within your body because that's how you're created. You weren't created to run a mile down the road. Or you weren't created to go to a gym and do a great workout. That's not how you were created. You were created to enjoy the love, to flow so gently, to feel each organ within you move with greatness. when you learn to live a life like that, your health improves. It's beautiful. Your blood pressure drops. Your hormone system stabilizes. Your brain, the brain waves rise when you live a life with flow. But when you live a life with fear, judgment, criticism, harshness, with anything in your life, you create that friction. So again, I'm going to ask you, how well are you in touch with your inner heart, where all the treasures are of the spiritual kind? The spiritual kind. For whenever you learn to flow with life like this, friends, you're building the spiritual treasures. When you're fully in touch with yourself, you understand everything about your body. And instead of running it down like so many people do, you give it love. You appreciate everything. You appreciate all of life. Every day you enjoy it. Every day. But what do people do upon your plane? They turn the television on and they see all the things happening. Oh, that disease broke out over there. Oh, goodness me. I wonder what we would do if it would break out here. And everybody talks about it. And the fear keeps building and building. Well, do you know what happens, dear ones? When you talk about fear, what happens to you energetically? Energetically, you are taking patterns on to receive the very fear that you are expecting to happen. So basically, you're saying to your beautiful energy layers, prepare me for the attack. And when it comes, I will experience it. Do you really want to live like this? Again, we ask you this, and you may think, Lord Emmanuel, of course we don't want to do this. And yet I'm teaching in this way to help you to understand the energy body logically. When you think it's funny, it's good. It's good. Because, friends, when you think my ways are funny and you think, wow, I hadn't thought about that. Ha, ha, ha. That sounds silly. Guess what? You are actually processing the information. So now you're beginning to think about it. And that's what we like to do. Help you to think about what is happening. You see, you are a perfect being. And you have incredible life force energy. Now your game is to learn about your life force energy and to keep it strong. Your life force energy creates great life around you. The older people in the olden days knew the very secrets, and this is how they could manifest. This is how they could do many, many things. Your higher gifts begin to become stronger when you understand the power within you. You have great power. People of the old, they came together. They wanted to create something and it came into their reality. You are going to do this also. You're coming into a time now and you are awakening, and there's programs within you that have been very, very asleep. Asleep because you have forgotten how to use it. It's very exciting. People, please listen. Very exciting. And yet we say to you, I'll come back to my subject in a moment, many people, they spend thousands of dollars becoming more psychic, learning how to levitate, learning how to do lots of things. And yet we say you are all awakening to this. But you must understand the energy game. You see, you can all levitate. You can all make yourself rise up, or rise with paper, or make paper rise, or make paper burn, if you like. Although we wouldn't advise that very much. Make sure you have a hose next to you, or a fire extinguisher. We wouldn't advise that. However, it is very possible that you're going to step into gifts like that. These are part of the awakening gifts. They are already within you. We say to you, you do not have to spend many thousands of dollars or go to a great extent to research this, because they will awaken within you. There will be a time when you will know how to do this. Even if it's not in this lifetime, there will be lifetimes coming. And the more people awaken to it, because there are those who can already do this, they are awakening others. Now, each person has frequencies within the energy body. And these frequencies are magnificent. But the trouble in your society is, friends, that you've always lost your power to your fear games. This creates friction. Friction is no good for your energy force field. Constant forgiveness, constant love, constant being with light. That feeds the energy fields. The stronger you are, the stronger your higher gifts become. Your higher gifts demand greater energy flow. And this is why there are those who are well developed with gifts and becoming greater, because they can understand energy and keeping it strong. And the more evolved they become, the more they understand the importance of keeping the energy flow strong. And this is why when you are on this path of evolution, you become more and more interested in how the energy game is played, because you can see it. And it becomes so clear to you, friends, that you will want to research this more and more. But the greatest way to research it is with yourself, connecting within, finding the treasures, and feeling it grow within you. Now, your higher patterns have frequencies within them, as I've already explained. And there are higher programs coming to your plane now to awaken higher programs within you that have been very latent and asleep. And this is largely be done on purpose for many reasons. One, the human race went to sleep because the dark came in, and there would be a time when the light would come back, and the light would almost as if resurrect your experiences of greatness. So there's been different reasons. Another reason is also for your protection, so that you wouldn't do things that you could not control. So there are many reasons on many spiritual levels. One of the great things about learning to become stronger is for you to forgive the universe, to create almost sleeping states within you. Can you do that, friends? When you forgive the universe, you're allowing those sleeping states to awaken. You might say, Lord Emmanuel, I'm not angry with the universe. I'm not angry for what has happened. Yet we say on deeper levels, friends, you feel the pain. You feel the pain because once you were a great race and you were fully awake, then everything else happened. So we ask you to do that. Forgive the universe on whatever level and dimension it is for keeping you in this state for so long. And then asking the universe, the highest divine beings, to awaken your higher frequencies. As soon as you begin to do that, there are higher patterns within you that are awakening because they've been awaiting the call. And that call has to come from you. You can only do this. Why? Because when you're ready, you awaken the frequencies within your energy bodies. When you awaken to a greater state, your clarity becomes so much greater. We're going to teach you next year and in the years coming a lot about focusing your energy. And so it's a good idea for you to write it down, because this is so important for you to learn to focus. You see, we're going to teach you about opening up portals, sitting in the light, bringing in the light to yourself, or higher patterns, higher evolution, peace on this earth. There's so much coming in our training programs. You're going to receive many star transmissions to help you with this. There's many gifts coming to you. So one of the greatest teachings at this time is to work on your focus. And like I said before, we're going to teach you how to focus more of your energy into the things that you do want, and we're going to teach you how it works and why it works, so that you have logical information and you understand it. Now, when we bring information through for your friends, we bring it through in simple ways. Why? Because even children will want to learn this. Children have a great energy body. Many children are not yet subjected to the things that adults have been subjected to. Yes, we understand that many children have been in painful situations, but there are many children also that are happy, feel alive and connected. And for them to learn to focus energy on the very things they desire, such as healing a rabbit, loving them, loving mum and dad, that's so important for children. Imagine when you teach children how to heal bunny rabbits, trees, flowers, and how to create such beauty upon your earth. Many of your children carry energies that you need for this awakening time. Many children are so fond of the earth. They feel the animals and the sea life. They feel the seas and the mountains. And imagine if you were a teacher of a child so gifted that you recognized the gift and that you taught to focus, to talk to the mountain, to help it to stop erupting. And you didn't have to be on the mountain. You could be on a whole other mountain. But that child had the ability to stop erupting the mountain. Can you grasp that thought? You see, there are many of your children, and many coming, who have this ability. They've got huge energy bodies. And they wanted to come here at this time to awaken the earth, to be with the earth. But they cannot comprehend the fear and the violence upon your plane, because their energies do not desire that at all. But no one desires that. There is not one energy body upon your plane that can handle these frequencies. None of you are designed to do that. But there are many children upon your plane and coming upon your plane that are ultra sensitive to what is happening upon your plane. Why? Because they have the job to go within the earth, to talk to her. And Gaia loves children. Why? Because they are so innocent. They haven't been programmed with the fear and the violence and the economy and the wars and the bombs and the threats, they haven't been programmed with that. And so there will be a time in the future when some of you, the adults, will become so strong in the light, and they will gather their children away in the mountains, away from everyone, all of society, and they will live in small communities, dedicating themselves to healing the earth, and they will teach their children all about science, how it affects the earth, and not the science that you know, the science of the stars, the science of the DNA, the science of all that is beautiful, to connect with parts to heal mankind. Why? Because these children are so gifted, and they're not infiltrated with the thoughts that many of you carry. And in the olden days, friends, in the olden times, you didn't carry the energies that were harsh. So you didn't know those patterns. That's like the innocent children. And that's what you are becoming again, the innocents. The innocents are the wise ones. The innocents, they hold the patterns for healing your planet, the people, everything upon your earth. And that's because they understand the treasures in their hearts. So, perhaps, ask Spirit to open you to those experiences. And perhaps you'll be one of those children in the future, where you will know these frequencies, and you will have gathered so many gifts within you. And when you go back to Spirit, you're fully cleansed. When you come to the earth, you are in an awakened stage, and you go with your parents to the mountains, and you know what to do with them. So this is why we say, when you begin to awaken, when you begin to connect, when you begin to understand the treasures within your hearts, it will always keep building, because they are eternal. And perhaps you are part of those ones. And if you desire that, you will know within yourself if you are. Then ask and say to Spirit, I want to be one of those. Teach me how to do that. Teach me how to talk to the earth, how to receive your guidance. And then I want to come back like a child, completely not knowing, oblivious of all the fears, of all that is. I don't know that anymore, and I want to be with Gaia. To many of you, there would be no greater gift than this. No greater gift. And we ask you, do you desire to be part of this? Do you desire to understand more? And this is about becoming more awakened as a race. And there are many children that are coming that need your guidance. So friends, look within your heart and feel your energy, feel your spirit, feel your love, feel your deeper connection, feel your flow. Remember, spirit flows, love flows, love dwells within you. So, we have taught taught you well. You have been given new frequencies and new patterns to take with you. And yes, if you're asking, Lord Emmanuel, am I going to learn how to levitate? Well, that's all up to you, friends. You've already got the gifts. You've already got the power, but it's up to you to focus within it. It's up to you to understand your energy. It's up to you to understand how you flow. It's up to you to understand how important you are. And yes, you will be able to do it. When? That is up to you. So, I wish you a beautiful, beautiful journey on discovering yourselves greater. To discovering your love for your planet greater. And to keep all the things in mind that we've discussed at this time. For they open your mind, and yet you already know it all. You are not learning new things. You are remembering. And that's why we asked you, please forgive the universe. For there was a time when you knew all. And then you forgot. And there were many reasons why you forgot. So when you forgive the universe and you ask, please awaken my frequencies, as soon as you do that, as soon as you make that call, it begins. The magic begins. Are you ready? We are. And we are working very hard with the ones who desire to experience greater energy, greater love, greater flow, greater force for all of the good for mankind, your planet, and the universe. Greetings, I am Divine Universal Master, Lord Emmanuel the Great.